this tip, we have a nice 5-man rush out of the nickel psycho or nickel 1-5-5 formation, which can be found pretty much in any 3-4 3-4 personnel playbook. If you run a 4-3, do not use this formation unless you do manual subs across the board. It just makes you look like a fool, pretty much. But what the play is invert 2 fire right here. And on offense, we'll pick a play where only 5 linemen are staying in the block. And the running back's going out. So as you can see, here's the play. Lynch is going to the flat to the right. Here's what it looks like on defense. And the key to it is this. Basically, we're going to run this out of stock, and it's going to work. And the key to it is the right outside linebacker here on the left of the screen, Scooter, who's in a spy automatically. In a lot of sim leagues, they prohibit putting players into spies, especially on the interior. You know, if it's not an edge guy. In most leagues, edge guys are allowed to be placed in spies, but for the sake of the tip, and a lot of the tips that we're doing about bringing pressure, we're going to pick plays that work with very few adjustments needed. So if we run this play, it's an invert look with the corners in a 2-deep look, playing more to the middle, and basically 4 underneath, because Scooter in the spy is going to play right in the middle of the field. So let's run it once. And, I mean, the left tackle for Seattle, is that Okun? Yep, Okun is just, it's ridiculous. This game, the O-lineman gets distracted by players right in front of him. It's not like in past versions where QB spy or QB contain is the only thing that distracts them and always distracted them. In this game, if you're near the lineman, they get distracted. Look at Okun. He's distracted because of the 1-5-5 look and the four front 7 guys right in between the A and B gaps. So let's run it one more time. I mean, what the heck is he doing? But regardless, it's a great play to call. You know, it's got zone behind it, which is all the rage in this game. Now, as for coverage goes, I like to play the free safety. The right side is covered by the strong safety. Knowing that Scooter is going to be dropping back to the middle, with Reed, if the offense is in the middle of the field, you could really get out to the flat here and cover this flat. Now, what you're susceptible to is deep over the middle, but the corners, having these two deep blue zones, will pretty much cover anything there. Another option is you could man up Curse and Baldwin, the 2 outside receivers, with the corners. But when you do that, I mean, it'll give a nice look to the offense to confuse them. But when you do that, you've got to key in on Harvin and Miller. You got to key in on the slot and the tight end here and make sure they're not going deep. Because if they're going deep, you got to take this safety or under linebacker and trail them deep. If they're not going deep, you should be good. To play man on the outside and the 1-2-3-4 zone look underneath with 5 men rushing. And now that time it got picked up, surprisingly. Now, if the offense is keeping the back end to block, it will get picked up. It's hit or miss based on it coming in. So I would suggest you get in there, mess around with it, see what you can do to come up with other things to get a 5-on-6 free run at the quarterback, or a 6-on-6 free run at the quarterback. Right now, this is a 5-on-5 free run at the quarterback. Actually, a 4-on-5, if you don't count the spy who's actually dropping into coverage. And that's how it got picked up. Rarely do I see it get picked up. And, you know, it will get... Another option is to actually base align and QB contain. You could tinker with that as well. so the players don't move as much up front in the 1-5-5 look. But for the most part, it does get in. Let's do a QB contain and base align look before we leave. Scooter really came out there, messed up the nickelback from coming in. That's just stupid. But because it's so easy in this game to get to the QB, the more videos that are thrown up there and the more awareness about it, the better chance the offense has to realize you need a hot read on every single play, or at least every play where the defense has a threat to get to you untouched. Always have a hot read, or always leave the running back in the block, or even do max protect, which is very common in real life. Do a baseline QB contain one more time. And really, as far as the coverage goes, playing this free safety gives you great position because you got Scuda and you got Willis taking away the middle of the field. So your first read could be over the flat, and if you don't have anything, you can come back to the middle. It's really the flat to the left side and the deep middle are your two reads as the user. This time we'll just go QB contain without a base align. I mean, for the most part, it just comes in untouched.